And believe me, we won't. For almost 20 years, drones have been an incredible learning tool for hundreds of thousands of people, and for many decades, traditional model aviation has touched the lives of even more. Now, the FAA's remote ID legislation threatens to destroy this incredible hobby. The drone and model aircraft community has been operating safely for decades. Regulating it out of existence will take away an amazing experience for many kids as well as hundreds of thousands of others. I'm Jack. I'm 15. I've been interested in science and technology my whole life, but the spark that really set me down the path was my first drone. I got it in 5th grade. Still have it. And now, almost 6 years later, I've built countless drones for different purposes, and along the way gained an incredible amount of skills. Aerodynamics, engineering, electronics, plus patience, creativity, and an experience with an awesome community. I run a drone club, where people can learn to build and fly small, harmless drones. An incomprehensible amount of knowledge can come from what looks like such a simple hobby. FPV offers a low barrier of entry with infinite room to grow. Remote ID threatens to raise that barrier of entry to a point where no one would ever so much as try. It would in essence kill off an incredible STEM-based hobby that has and should continue to help countless people. The FPV community touches thousands of young engineers, giving them a chance to learn things that they could never experience anywhere else. That experience is a driving force in the lives and career of nearly everyone model aviation of any form touches. Guess who built models as a kid, all through college, and then as an adult? Neil Armstrong. In a letter to John Worth, Executive Director of the AMA, Armstrong said, "My model building and flying activities significantly contributed to my interest in aeronautics and was a primary force in directing my education toward aeronautical engineering." The legislation proposes to require all model aircraft weighing more than 0.55 pounds to carry a remote ID unit, a transponder. The location and information about the drone as well as the operator will be publicly available, which for obvious reasons poses severe privacy and safety concerns for the pilot, who will be forced to pay for the pointless collection of their data. The most shocking and the most impactful part of the legislation are its rules on amateur-built aircraft. The FAA has provided no way for hobbyist-built aircraft to be made remote ID compliant, meaning that you won't be able to go build your own drone or plane and fly in your backyard like we have safely for years. Instead, we'll be confined to FAA-approved flying sites, which will not only be few and far between, but are also designed to disappear over time. The recreational use of multi-rotor drones has never killed anyone. And yet the FAA is attempting to regulate them more heavily than some hobbyist manned aircraft, which in the US have an average of 400 deaths every year. If the remote ID legislation is allowed to pass, it will end the healthy obsession that has given me and so many others an incredible amount of knowledge, experience, and drive to do countless other things. The FAA proposes all these problems as a side effect to the FAA's solution to a problem that doesn't exist. FPV drones and other model aircraft affected by this rule are a safe, fun, irreplaceable, and influential piece to tens of thousands of people's paths to work in engineering and electronics. The FPV community alone encompasses more than 200,000 people who will have no way to continue the incredible hobby that they have dedicated endless time and money towards. The hobby that has driven countless people to pursue careers in engineering and to challenge themselves. If it weren't for this hobby, the lives of so many people would be so different.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
It helped us get to the moon, and now it's in danger.